All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us and popping in as we get ready to do another live show here tonight. Uh, as you see, tonight's topic, as it scrolls there, is Nationals preparation and what we do to get ready for that. And of course, if you are wanting to follow us, we would greatly appreciate that. Go check out. That's it right there. Go check it out. Give us a like, a subscribe, and watch some videos, ask some questions, and have a good time with it. So,
What's up, Mike? How you doing? Jim,
Mike
what's
is
up?
Mike is a new subscriber.
Oh, welcome, Mike.
Thank
How's
you
it going?
so much for hitting that like button.
And
And
yes,
there's
Jim,
Mr. Jim.
definitely staying warm. I'm ready. It got the. It was 10 today, and it felt like 15. I was excited. Actually, I was outside, and it didn't feel too bad. So I was kind of happy with that.
Yeah, I had a negative 18 this morning in the old truck, and I was like, I'm too old for this.
Yeah, we choose to live here. We choose to freeze to death. So that's just
Exactly.
the unfortunate price we get to pay for living in this wonderful state of Nebraska, or in the Midwest in general. It's pretty frigid all the way across the board right now.
Pretty much. Also, have to give a shout out to Shane Haywood, who's running an auction over in Redline Oasis. He's a local Council Bluffs guy and a regular who comes to our show. So I hope he's having a good show out there tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But in the meantime, we are live here on YouTube. So let's
Hmm.
let's get this thing started. Brent, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what the show is going to be about tonight?
Well, it's about, getting ready to go to nationals, and what you can do, what you can't do, what you should bring, what you shouldn't bring. Well, I don't know about shouldn't bring. Bring lots of money. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just, what you kind of need to bring with you, things to think about along those lines.
Yep. I think, there's a lot of things that come to mind and you don't even realize it. I think one of the things we always forgot was plastic bags. I mean, that's what's just right off the top of my head.
Oh, you talking the ones that we put all of our loose cars in?
Yeah, exactly.
These right here.
Yes. Yes.
We normally
Those
bring
right
them,
there.
but we have a tendency of forgetting them when we're out shopping. So we have to remember to always keep those with us when we're out shopping, because a lot of times if you're in a room and you find a loose car you like, there's not a nice safe bag to put you might find a really sweet loose car and you want to put it in a plastic bag. Boom. Put it in a
Yeah.
plastic bag, put it in your carry bag that you've got with you, or it might just be just a standard, yeah, it might just be a grocery sack.
Yeah. That
The
works too.
people bring those with them just like any toy show that you go to. What's up, Fred? How you doing, man? It's one of those things where, these little plastic baggies, you know, they can come in pretty handy. I mean, yes, sure, this is a cheap car. Obviously, everybody knows what this one is. But sometimes, you might be in a room and you might find something that you just want to keep clean. You might want a tank. You never know. It just depends on what people like to buy. But yeah, these little plastic baggies, they're really nice. So that's definitely a must bring if you're a loose collector. If you're not a loose collector and you only want your stuff to be carded, bring some extra protectors with you. There is people that sell them there, but bring some if you've got them. Bring them. If you're flying, that's another thing we got to get into is there's two
Yeah.
different levels. There's driving, which I've never done. So St. Louis will be my first driving convention, which I'm excited for. And then there's flying. When you fly, you obviously most airlines, will use Southwest. You get two free bags. You put all your clothes in a larger suitcase that you check on the plane, and you bring an empty carry on with you. And I normally carry a backpack, and so does Kent. So you figure, You've got your empty carry-on, which you will get some random strange looks from the TSA when you roll up with an empty carry-on, and because you have to put it on the conveyor to go through the scanner. And there's been a couple of times where I've been like, "Why do you have an empty carry-on?" And the easiest
Yeah.
answer is, "It won't be empty when I come back." You know,
Yeah.
and don't wait until you're ready to leave to start packing up that suitcase. Don't do it like as you buy things because you never know what you're going to find. Um, you might find something that requires additional. You may, there's most of the hotels will have some kind of shipping, like a UPS store or a FedEx or even a postal service that you can utilize to ship things back if you go a little overboard, which, not gonna lie, does happen. Or if you know somebody that's driving back to your area and you're the one flying, we have had people bring things for us back to Omaha or Nebraska in general. Just kind of think about what you're going to do too. If you plan on buying a whole bunch of stuff, make sure if you're driving, it's a little bit easier, but you got to figure, are you bringing stuff to sell? What do you got to bring with you on that aspect too? So,
Going back into the loose car situation, these right here have been a godsend for me. They were put out, I'd say around 2014, 2015, 2016, sometime around there. I picked up a whole bunch at our Shopco before it closed. But basically, it's a soft side carrier that holds 9 cars.
what's up, Poncho?
Pancho, what's up, my man? And you put your car in your baggie and you put it in here and you seal it up. You're good to go. They're very compact. They're very, they're tight. You don't have to worry about things falling around or getting jumbled up, paint scratched, and they're just great for that. And I love the fact that I have those here. It's a way, I brought home 100 cars one night or one time from, where was that? Was that Atlanta the second time where we ripped all
Yep.
those?
Yep. That was the last Atlanta.
Yeah. So we did
What's
that.
up, Dell?
There's Mr. Dell. The things you got to prepare for. Clothes. Let's talk about clothes because I think people they have no idea what to pack. And we've been guilty of this ourselves. We well, Robin
It
can't
had,
hear this, so
yeah, but yeah, it's fine. But okay, you figure, when are you leaving? Say we're leaving on Tuesday. So you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 6 days. So you need 6 shirts, 6 pairs of pants slash jeans, undergarments, socks,
and
deodorant,
all the common stuff.
all your toiletries and stuff. Make sure you bring all that stuff because A,
Don't be the
you
same.
don't have to go find the nearest Target or Walmart, or because honestly, hitting the Targets and Walmarts during a convention in that area, pointless. There's nothing available. Even though we did do that one time, and I actually did find a random Matchbox car that I was looking for. So, I mean, it does happen, but you also got to remember, if you're flying, you don't have a car. So now you've either got to get an Uber, find someone with a car, see if your buddy will drive you. It's just more things you got to worry about, more stress that you don't need. Bring what you need, and then you're good to go.
Some of the other things we've done in the past, we've had dinner, so we had to pack extra clothes for that. We had a
Hmm.
pair of nice pants,
Yep.
nice shoes, a button-up shirt, an undershirt to go with that. The shoes didn't make it back; they got left.
Well,
You know,
yours did. Mine came back, but I don't know if mine will make it back from this one. We'll find out. Mine are getting pretty worn, so.
you know, this is going to be late April versus early April. You would think that you're not going to need heavy jackets or things like that. Hoodies will work. We've been in Atlanta and it's been warmer here than it was in Atlanta during the same time frame. So, you know, all those extra clothes they take away from Hot Wheels. I'll be honest with you, and that's kind of one of the things that I don't like. I want to go as minimal as possible in terms of clothing. Um, you know, what else would you know, have a shopping list. You know, let's
Hmm.
talk shopping lists.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, a shopping list is important for two main reasons. One, you can keep yourself focused on what it is you want to buy. The other reason is it prevents you from buying doubles and triples
Triples.
of things.
And it also can prevent you from finding the one car that you need to finish off what a series you're working on. And because you couldn't remember which one it was, you left it and you haven't seen another one since. So, knowing kind of what you're looking for is a pretty good helpful hint. And I haven't started a new album for on my phone yet, but I'm getting pretty close. I have a picture archive here that I've been kind of building. And let's see, where did it go? It's right here. Am I? You know, I have some cars that I'm looking for on my phone. Some of them I don't have. Some of them I need cleaner ones of. But
Right.
it just helps to know kind of what you're looking for. You know, if there's something in particular, have a little, you know, have it on your phone. It'll help you remember what you're looking for, or have, as we call it, the Bible. Kent has a massive book that is getting smaller and smaller every show of
Okay.
everything. Or did you add a bunch of new pages? You
I
added new
added
pages.
some stuff.
You added pages. Oh, good Lord. Here we go again.
Well, this is not the Bible, but this is something else I wanted to talk about is
Oh, yeah.
e-sheets. Now, the cool thing, you get to go, if you go to the autograph sessions, you get what are called e-sheets. Well, e-sheets tend to get um, bent, torn, um, corners smudged, and things like that, and autographs smeared as well. So, one of the things you should, you know, you might want to do is go. Most of these hotels have FedEx stations in them, and if you ask nicely and aren't rude or belligerent, you can get one of the uh, mailing folders, and you can use that to put them in, or you can take a couple pieces of cardboard, put some painter's tape around them, and create pockets that way. You don't want your e-sheets to be, you know, goobered up, so to speak, because some of those e-sheets are worth quite a bit of money. Anything, a lot of Ryus are somewhat valuable. The Candy Striper one, if you can get a original, is quite valuable. That's what $300-400 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
A
And that's
signed
one.
one.
Yeah. And that's one I don't have. So I would love to have it. I have the car. I'd love to have the card to go with it.
So, you know, those are things that you want to bring that you don't think about um, when you're going room to room. Is documenting, having a couple pens with you. Yes, you get one in your bag, but you never know when you might need another one. You never know when you might leave it. Um, Pants with pockets. I personally like to wear the carpenter style shorts when we go, if we're in good enough weather, because I can stick my phone, any loose cars, um, you know, cash, all of that can go in there. I don't usually keep my wallet on me because I have my ID badge, and it prevents me from spending money with places who have card readers.
No,
Not,
no, it doesn't because it's, hey, Brent, I left my wallet in the room. Can you spot me? Yes. And then I got to spot him. But then again, I get my money back when we get back to the room. So it's not a problem, which that never has happened so far.
no, not once,
Once or twice.
or a couple hundred.
But I mean, I actually looked it up. The weather late April in St. Louis averages around the 67-degree mark. Records high was 89 and lows were 23. So That's a heck of a swing. That's a almost 70-degree swing. So hopefully it will be low 60s, mid. I would be very happy with around 60s. 60s
Yeah,
would be just fine for me.
it would be.
But because I'm normally in shorts, and I don't have the cargo shorts. I just wear shorts. But that's one of the greatest things about staying at the host hotel. Half the time you'll be going, depending on what floor you end up on, you'll be surprised on how many times you'll walk by your own room and you'll be like, ooh, and you stop and you go and you unload everything, and then you're like, all right, cool. I don't have to carry anything now. I got empty pockets. Let's go. And then, if you need to, take a minute, sit down, take a breath. If you're tired, take a nap. Take a 15, 20-minute nap. Use the facilities. Um, Grab a snack. There is going to be cupcakes for sale. If you know anybody that really likes cupcakes, hit me up. I can get you the lady that you need to talk to. Miss Lori is amazing, and the cupcakes that she brings sell out way faster than you would ever think. And you can't. Uh, what's the word? Because I'll tell you right now, they're $5 a piece, but you cannot eat. I cannot eat more than one a day. I would probably go into a diabetic coma and pass out. And just the amount of sugar that these things are, but they are so good. Normally get there early because if you don't, they tend to sell out. She brings, I think she's bringing like 20 or 30 different flavors. But the earlier you get there, or like I said, if you get your email in the next 11 days, which I need to do, you can pre-order the cupcakes. And for those people that really like cupcakes, I mean, here, hold on here. Come on, look at that. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a cupcake.
that's that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Uh, bring a backpack, and
Hmm.
in that backpack, bring, like he said, snacks. Bring some water. Um, you're not going to get very many opportunities to um, you're not going to get
Focus.
very many opportunities to go, like you said, to Walmart or Target or anything like that. So, you can always uh, Uber something in.
Hmm.
You can have delivery. I mean, we ordered a bed and had it delivered to the hotel 1 year.
Yes, we did. We Amazoned it
Yeah,
to the hotel.
which Lee still has.
Yes, we need to message Lee and make sure that that gets brought to St. Louis just so we can have it again. But you can have food delivered. You can have adult beverages delivered. We did that 1 year. It just depends on what you need. It's easier to have things delivered. Yes. Is it going to cost you? Yeah, it is. But then again, there was one time, I can't remember where we were, there was a Target literally 2 blocks away. And a lot of people were walking down and getting the things and then carrying it back to the room. I think we bummed a ride from Miss Deb, and we ended up going and getting some supplies that we needed, and we were able to bring them back, and we were good. So
Yeah,
there's that too.
we get to play taxi this year.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be driving around a little bit this year.
So, things to prepare for. Let's see here. We talked about clothes. We've talked about food items. We've talked about baggies. We've talked about
Shopping
transporting
list.
things, shopping lists. Um, you want
Deodorant?
to get,
We said
yeah,
deodorant, right?
and tooth brushing your teeth.
Yes.
Please,
Toothpaste,
for the love of
toothbrush,
God,
deodorant. Those three things. If you forget anything, don't forget those.
and wash your hair.
Yes, take a shower, please, because trust me, you're gonna walk through a hallway and you're gonna find somebody and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, what the?" It's gonna happen. I hate to say it, it happens. Some
It's been
people,
happening more lately.
eh, I don't know. I try not to smell people when I walk by them, but sometimes you don't have a choice. But yes, take care, clean, showers. You can sleep when you get back. you're not going to get a lot of sleep. If you can get 5 to 6 hours a night, you're doing really well. I know when we were in LA in 18, we were going to bed anywhere between 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning and getting up for breakfast at like 5:30. So you're only getting
two
a
to
couple
three
hours.
hours.
Yeah. But the greatest thing is your adrenaline is so spiked that you're just like, let's go. And you will have an eventual where you're just like, you sit down in a chair for 5 minutes, take a power nap, boom. All right, I feel better. Let's go. And you get up and you're right back out there hunting for cars, or going to the autograph session to meet these designers that Mattel or that Mark and Jennifer bring in, or Mattel brings in, getting these e-sheets that you can only get at these conventions, going to events. Um, I will have I will have room in my Traverse if you
How
need
about we
someone
just
to
put it
take
up on the
things there.
screen?
I still can't. I still like to read things, but yeah. See, there you go. Like I said, find friends if you're driving. Say if you are flying to St. Louis, and say because not everybody wants to drive for 6 hours. So some people might jump on a flight and pop over there real quick. I know that we're bringing some stuff to sell. I know that hopefully we'll have a whole bunch of space when we come back and pockets full of money. Or we'll have boxes full of cars and no money. So it just kind of figures out how things go. There's a lot of people from this area that are going to be going this year. I think there's probably 12 to 13 plus just from mid states
It's
alone.
it's more than that.
Just from
There's
mid
there's
states, I'm saying. But there's
no
oh
there's
oh
some more people that popped up.
okay. So then there's probably like 20 to 30 or people that are going. So there's going to be a lot of people. So finding things, if you run out of space in your vehicle, finding somebody to drive something back for you won't be hard to do. Um, let's see, what else is there? Go to the events. You know, go to the welcome dinner or the welcome party. They'll have they normally have like carrots and ranch and they'll have like little snacky food. Go to that. Experience that. Get welcomed by the collectors events and limited staff, which they do an
They're awesome
amazing
people.
job of that. And the reason I say go to these events is because, yeah, somebody might go, it's just a welcome dinner. I've heard it. Say if this is your eighth or ninth convention, like, I've heard it. I'm not gonna. I got other stuff to do. No, I like to go because when you walk in that door, you get here. I can grab it because it's right here in my pouch here. Here we go. We'll just grab this one since it's right here on the top. You end up walking in most of the time, and you get these. I didn't win, so I got to keep my raffle ticket. But if you go to the welcome dinner and you get one of these, stick around to the end of that dinner because there's a reason you're getting raffle tickets. They don't cost you anything. You get them for free. They tend to bring up stuff that you've never seen of. There could be something come out of Mattel's vault, one of 4 custom prototype buses or something. There's always stuff like this that pops up at those. And
Yeah, there's usually something really good, something worth your while you're waiting
yeah,
for the autograph line to open up that on that
you
Wednesday
know,
night.
and another thing, wear this at all times, except for in the shower and sleeping, obviously. But if you're out walking around in the hotel, make sure you have your lanyard and your card because this is your ID when you are there. There has been years past where if you did not have a room card or one of these, you weren't even allowed in the hotel. So don't don't stress out. Try to yes, wearing this all day long, it's not bad till you get a good gust of wind and it goes like this and tries to kill you. But yeah, it's not bad.
The big thing on the lanyards is he's not wrong. We've seen people stopped before. Every hotel is different too. We don't know how this hotel is going to work, so if you have your badge, keep it on you.
Mhm.
Don't argue with the security staff. They're protecting you in the hotel, blah blah blah. You know. To answer Dell's question, yes, we are going to take a picture on Saturday. Um, where that's going to be at, I don't know. We would like everybody that is part of the club
To be determined.
to,
Location to be determined.
yeah, we've got a couple ideas. One is there's usually the loop has a Hot Wheels logo. That's usually a pretty uh, great spot that a lot of people go to. So we'll probably be there more than
Hmm.
likely, unless we pick something else. We have a photographer, very nice person, that's going to take a picture of us. We would like you to wear your mid-state shirts if possible. We understand if you can't or you don't have one. We have them available if you would like one, but
Three
it's
different
not a
colors.
requirement. Yeah. Well, black's pretty limited right now, but
Okay. Well, so right now if you don't have a black one and you need a red one and a gray one, hit us up.
we
We can
can.
get that happen. I have to do that because I don't have I don't have the red one. I don't have the gray one, but I will before we go to St. Louis.
Okay. So we've gone over everything we talked about. There was one thing that I kept wanting to bring up and I've forgotten it. When you talk about being prepared, um, you know,
Comfy shoes.
comfy shoes, yes,
Definitely want
yes.
comfy shoes. I'm actually going to go probably this weekend, no, probably next weekend, and buy a brand new pair of shoes so that I have a brand new pair of comfy shoes and
They'll help
break them in a
before.
little bit before you go too. You don't want to just go boom, you know. You just don't want to be like, I need shoes, you know.
So Dell reminded me of what it was, what we wanted to, what I wanted to say, and now, God bless America, I forgot again. Um, you know,
Ooh, that'd be a cool place.
oh, there we go. So if you're wanting to go to the Arch,
Mm-hmm.
this is, I will tell you to do this right now because I already started looking. Um, I, I was in DC for several years, and if you wanted to go to the Washington Monument, you had to make reservations and get your tickets weeks in advance. So I would advise you all, if you wanted to go to the Arch, to go pay for your tickets now and get your spot reserved and a time because you'll start to be getting into tourist season a little bit. Um,
And there's going to be probably close to 2,000 Hot Wheel collectors that are all going to, well, a good chunk are going to want to go up that thing and check it out. Not everyone.
we know one that won't.
Yeah, we know one that will not, but that's perfectly fine. That's their decision, and I understand. I have been in the arch at one point in time in my life, but I was like this big, and I don't remember. I remember the elevator part of it, but that's about it. But yes, Mike Jones, brand new socks, not just clean socks each day, brand new ones out of the package socks. I like that idea, and I actually might have to do that because then you got enough socks because they come in packs of 8, I believe, so you've even got an extra pair
Depending.
of socks. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Mike. I might have to steal that one. Go get me some brand new fluffy socks. Because that's another thing, you you bring a pair of normal socks that you have, they might get a hole in them. That's not bad. Yeah, the St. Louis baseball stadium's not too far away. The St. Louis Arch is right down literally across the street from our hotel. The Anheuser-Busch Brewery is like about a 10-minute drive, I think, down the road. Um, Search out restaurants in the area because that's one thing that you will forget to do when you're at nationals or
Eat.
even LA is eat. You don't realize it, but you'll be going and you'll be like, "What time is it?" And it's like, "Oh, it's 4 o'clock." How is it 4 o'clock? Like, where did we left the room at 7 or 6 to go eat. We normally go eat breakfast every morning. That's always a good thing to do is find a good breakfast spot. And the hotel may or may not be the good breakfast spot. Always find some people that you're friends with. If you don't know people, say hi. That's the best piece of advice I can say is talk to people. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter where they're from. Talk to them. Hey,
Yep.
what do you collect? Because again, everybody's got a lanyard around their neck, even at restaurants and stuff. Say if you're
Yeah.
sitting at a restaurant and you're sitting next to people, be like, hey, where are you guys from? Strike up a conversation. You never know. He might or she might have something that you've been looking for 15 years. You might meet lifelong friends at a mall
It's
freaking, you know,
I was thinking it
yeah, a mall
in
food court.
Atlanta.
Yeah, we just posted up. We were eating in Atlanta, and Iggy and his wife came over, and they were like, "Hey, we sit with you guys." Like, yeah, and we're friends. It's like there's there's two brothers that every time I see him at nationals, it's like, "Hey, man, how you been? I ain't seen you in a year. What have you been up to?" And we sit and we have our conversation. You know, you're gonna come home with new Facebook friends. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And just talk to people, introduce yourself. Where are you from? Hey, when you walk into a room, how's it going? Talk to people. If you're going to be open and selling in your room, when people come in, hey, how's it going? Something I can help you find, let me know. This is what I got. You know, talk to people.
I
It makes
I
things a lot more fun.
I think that's one of the things that I've worked on is getting over my shyness, and that's something I have to prepare for every time because um, I'm great in a one-on-one type situation or a small group, but you get me around a bunch of people, and I become the fly on the wall, and
And
you
I'm over here
know,
like, ah.
yeah. When we first started, it was just the exact opposite. So preparing yourself to be around a bunch of people, preparing yourself to talk to all these people that you don't really know. Yeah, I could see how that could be overwhelming.
And intimidating.
And but by the end of the week, I promise you that you will, like Brent said, you'll gain new friends and you'll get over that or get out of that to some degree. Backtracking a little bit, like I said, here's the link to buy your tickets. Now, if you're active duty, retired, or a veteran, you can go to the um, National Parks website and you can sign up for a free lifetime pass for yourself. It does not include family members, but for yourself. And it costs $10. They mail it to you, and you can have it. And there you go. You take it right to um, the Arch or any other national park because it's good anywhere.
That's cool.
So so that's something else you can think about doing as well versus having to hopefully get in line and be able to do the arch as well. Food wise, like you said, we always plan for trying to go to places that are not in the area, so that way we're not going to Burger King or wherever. Get out there, see local cuisine and places, and you never know, you might be making a midnight run for Greek food and holding on to that for a little bit.
Or you might go down the street to grab dinner and you might go on a 2 mile, 3 mile hike, and end up at a random bar and grill that has amazing wings, amazing service, and you had a great time. And you got to walk a mile and a half to get there because everywhere you went was too late. Because again, pay attention to the time every once in a while. Make sure your phone's charged every night before you go to, plug your phone in when you go to bed. Carry a backup battery.
Well, carry those. They make you know portable chargers with you.
Well, that's what I meant by a backup battery. Those charging batteries are pretty
Oh, the
nice.
docking stations. Yeah,
Well, no,
have
not just that, but like they're basically a power bank for your phone.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Have
referring to. I don't say like bring an extra phone battery because where do you get an extra iPhone battery? I don't know
I don't know how do you get your phone apart to do it.
that too.
It's not like the old flip phone days.
Yeah.
But uh, bring the kitchen sink, but don't bring it with you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is amazing that what you'll find, what you'll need. You're like, oh, I wish I had that. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is if you find out that you needed something and you didn't have it with you, write it down so that way next time you can take it with.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I needed that and I didn't have it. Um, most places there are um, FedEx shipping stations or UPS there, and you can mail stuff home
Yep.
ahead of time. We've seen people do that. You know, when you get checked in, find out where the shuttles are at, where the taxis are at, so that way you can
Where the
be prepared.
smoking pit is.
Yes, that's also very
Because
important.
sometimes Atlanta's a great point. When we were there in 21, we were right outside the hotel. Nobody bothered us at all. Since when we were there in 21, and since when we went back in 24, the hotel had changed hands. They had different policies, so we kept getting pushed off to this, like around the building, practically on the side of the building. Which, okay, I understand, but it was raining a lot, and that was the only one that we had known about. Well, about halfway through, we found out there was a whole another area that was covered. And it was like, oh, well, that would have been good to know, a week ago, but or 2 3 days ago, what I meant. But plan on doing stuff. Go to the Arch, go to the brewery, go to the baseball park. Go look up the restaurants that are around the area. Get with your people because everybody's going to have people there. Go, hey, you guys want to go grab lunch over here at this time on this day? Well, let me check the schedule. That's another thing. Take a picture of the schedule so it's in your phone because most of the time you're not going to remember what time Mr. Zornock might be given his seminar, or what time Willie Washington is going to do his black wall or blue card seminar. Don't miss that one. I learned something last time, and I'm guaranteeing I'm going to learn something again this time. Go to the seminars. But information is key. If you don't have that and somebody's like, hey, do you have a picture of this? Or, hey, what time is this? Yes, I've got it. Boom, I can send that over to you. Another good group to help out.
And
Hot Wheels Convention pictures. Join this group.
That's the group that is just posted here. Yep, you're perfect. And like Brent said, go join that because Connie does them.
Yes, Connie does an amazing job, but Lori's post is at the top. You want to order cupcakes? Boom, there you go. Send her an email.
Yeah, that's another great resource as well. Bring things to trade. You never know. You hang it to your lanyard, you walk around, and that lets people know that whether or not it's available for sale or trade. That's something that took me 2 or 3 conventions to learn that you needed if you wanted to trade or people have their stuff. I just thought they were carrying them around, but no, what it meant was that you were trying to trade. So you'll see,
or sell,
like for an example, something like this in their protector hanging on their lanyard. You're going to have people come up and randomly give you Hot Wheels, whether they're custom or a mainline or whatever. Just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
People give you stickers. Go with it.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you have to do the same and spend a whole bunch of money and have those prepared? No, we're not telling you to do that. If you want to, that'd be awesome. That'd be cool. That's how all that goes. But people give them out, and then there's also the Rokes on a Mission, or the Roke Exchange as it used to be, as it's called. I think that's Friday. and they do that.
Hmm.
So, there's all sorts of cool things that you've got to prepare for. Clothes and money, and let's talk about money. We haven't really talked about how much to bring with you.
Yeah, we have not.
Uh, you
And
know,
it varies. You know, when I went to LA, I took, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like,
it was less than 1,500.
I want to say it was 1600, and I think I came back with 700. But then I've gone to other conventions with upwards of over 3 grand and came back with nothing. Sometimes it just depends on what you find. Basically give yourself an idea of, okay, this is what I'm bringing, this is what I'm spending. Try not to go crazy because it's going to be easy. You can walk into a room and you're going to see things that you've never gotten to see in person. And
Yep.
I say that because it happens to me every time I go. You'll walk into a room and you're going to see resin prototypes, real prototypes, not the ones that are all over Evil Bay and that had the FEP stamp on them. Oh, that's a prototype. No, it's just an FEP that was. Is there paperwork that goes with it? No. But know what you're willing to spend. You don't want to end up going and emptying out your savings account because you saw something in a room you had to have. Every once in a while, you may have to walk away from that car that you want in your collection. You've always wanted it in your collection because somebody might be asking an absurd amount of money for it. Right now, 83 purple Silverados from Dollar General, way overpriced. They'll be $10 in St. Louis probably.
If that.
Yeah, but know what you're willing to spend because if you don't have a roommate, you've got your hotel room, you've got your gas if you're driving or your flight, you've got okay your convention cars. They're not free. One of them is if when you get your ticket, the only car that you get for free is your finale car. But then you wanted an extra finale when you got your tickets. So there's an expense.
But some
When
of that's already factored in, though.
this is true, but I'm referring to like when you get to the souvenir line.
Yep.
Souvenir line is going to run you about 300 bills if you buy all 6 cars, the patch, the pin,
Couple
and
t-shirts.
a t-shirt. You're over 300 like within minutes. You $300. It's like okay. So when you go to get your lanyard, and when you go to pick up your lanyard at the beginning, you can normally get all that stuff right then. You can go be the first one in line, and you can sit in line for 2 hours and wait to be the first one through the door. Cool, go for it. I'm gonna wait till about an hour and a half after the check-in opens, and then I'll walk right in the door, grab my stuff, turn around, and walk out. Because getting in line first does not. Yeah, Nick, you're right. Pink car. That one is if you yeah, that one I forgot about that one. That's for the newsletter member. No, that's the other. That's the newsletter car.
No,
The
that's the
pink.
party.
Well,
Oh,
both.
yeah.
You know,
But the newsletter card doesn't cost you anything.
no, but you know, if you don't want to wait in lines all weekend long, ask questions, talk to people. The only time that you're really going to get stuck in a line is if you want to go to an autograph session
Or the
in
vending pole.
or the vending poles. Those lines, they're bad. No one's going to sugarcoat this for you. Like, oh yeah, it's like 20.
They're
No, you're
they're
going to be
horrible.
standing. You're going to be standing there for over an hour to again get that little ticket in your hand, and that little ticket means that you are guaranteed an autograph between this time and this time. You've got a window. So after you get that ticket, you can sit there for another hour, or you can go, hey, let's go walk. We'll come back in 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, sure. There's going to be a line because there's some people that decided, oh, I'm not going anywhere. And it does have its perks, not going to lie, because if you sit there for 2 hours, you
You're
can
done.
you're done and you're gone. But don't spend the entire time in lines. But if you do, talk to the people in front of you, talk to the people behind you. Hey, what do you collect? Take some photographs of the craziness that is your collection.
I
If
mean,
you want to, show people what you've got. Talk to people. That's my number one thing is just talk to people, make friends. You'd be surprised on how easy it is to make friends at these things.
or you get pulled out of the line randomly and say, "Hey, man, can I get a picture with you?" And then you get given a car and, "Hey, we want you to be on our show."
Yeah, you
Wait,
never know. I mean, random things have happened. I mean, what he's referring to is the
diecast
uh,
breakdown.
yep. And they came up. They made a whole bunch of cars for Atlanta, and I happened to get one of like 5 chases that they did that day or that convention.
Mm-hmm.
It's got rail riders
Pretty
and
cool.
different fenders, more detailing. It's a great car. It's in my collection. It's up on the wall. You know, you're going to get cool stuff. People are going to be walking around handing out stickers and flyers, and that's another thing. If you want to go check out a certain room or you want to know what's in those rooms, Connie's page on the convention page there with the photographs, she will post pictures all convention long showing you what's in just random rooms. And there's normally somebody that goes live and they do scavenger hunt things or hey, here's the autograph line, or hey, here's Mike's, Zornok's, seminar. There's,
Billy's.
they normally do a Mattel Quest Q&A sessions.
Yep.
It tells you all the vending polls and everything like that on the schedule. Ah, man, I wish I had a schedule nearby so I could show a schedule.
I usually shred those. I mean, and here's the thing about going to when you're sitting in line to go to registration. Obviously, the later in the week you go, the easier it gets.
Hmm.
It doesn't help you or hurt you in terms of what number cars you get. So,
Yep.
your number 12 of 6,300. Just know that you're not going to get like 1 through 100 probably.
No.
Um, it's not going to help you or hurt you, getting a higher number or a lower number. Um, Also, you don't have to buy everything all at one shot either. So you can kind of prepare and kind of divvy that out a little bit. You don't have to buy e-sheets, the e-sheet packets then. Um, I do it because I buy them because I can get e-sheets that from past conventions that I never went to that might
Hmm.
cost a little bit of extra money. And for I think it's what, $10.
10 or 15. I can't remember what it was. Might even be
Yeah,
20, but you
it's
normally
not
get,
20. I know that.
okay, yeah, it might be 15, I think, but you might get 10 or 15 e-sheets and there might be some amazing e-sheets in there that you're like, dude, these are nice. And
Yep.
you might get some doubles. Hey, you know, you show your buddy and they might like, hey, that one's really cool. What do you want for it? Well, what do you got for trade? You can trade e-sheets, you can trade cars. Um, I hope I get praise. Me too, brother. Me too. But another thing that you can do, you can get all, like, say if you go to the souvenir line, you can get all 6 of your cars one shot, or you can get one, like Ken said, and then you can come back the next day and get another one because they don't have them. They're not stacked one through
No,
whatever
they're
number.
randomly.
They're just stacked. So they don't go. They don't open them. And go, oh, these are K. Oh, these are low number ones. We don't. They don't care. We care about the numbers. They don't care. They're just grabbing. How many do you need? 3. Okay, here you go. Boom, and they hand you 3 cars, or they throw them in a bag, and okay, here's your total. Because the one thing they're not going to do, they don't like slow. there is 1,000+ people all trying to do the same thing you are. So do it quickly. You know,
I
can we
mean,
still order them? Can we still order what, Pancho? That is the question. What are we ordering? It's convention tickets? No.
no. You know, that's like going through the autograph line too. They want to ask you questions as much as you want to ask them questions. And I literally got told to hurry up in LA this year, and I wasn't trying to hold up the line. It was more of the designers wanting to ask me some questions. Like one of them was where was that guy? Where's that guy? And you know, uh, it's amazing what happens as you go through these conventions more and more often. You get to know people both on both sides of the fence, and whether it's a fellow collector, which we all are, or a designer, or some of the convention staff. You know, all of that comes into play. Again, being prepared. Know that if you're going to get into a line like for vending or for an autograph session, you probably need to be down there at least 45 minutes before that line starts to give them out tickets. So if the autograph session is from 11 to 1, they start giving tickets out at 10. You should be there around 9:15. Realistically, I think, to be completely safe to guarantee
to guarantee yourself a ticket.
And then once you get that ticket after that, then it's up to you if you want to stick in that line all the way till the doors open at 11 or go on a walkabout. As long as you're back there before the doors close, you're good to go. But you do take a risk of one of the autograph signers running out of material. That happened.
And say if you go to one autograph session and you're like, all right, cool, I'm good. Well, you never know, because a lot of times different Mattel designers, they'll have different autograph sheets for each different autograph session. Sometimes they'll have card art. Matt, Gabe, and
Julian
always have uncirculated, brand new card art, and they autograph the card art, which it's cool because most of the time they're from stuff that hasn't even been out yet. So this will be the first time you get to see that card art and you get an autographed on it, and that's cool. They only make X amount of patches normally for every convention. I have, I don't know, there's probably 20 patches right in front of me on the wall. I'm a big patch guy. I always want to have the patches because the patches are freaking cool. In fact, I can grab one because they're right here. I'll grab a couple different ones here to show you. I'll just show the lame ones. But yeah, there you go. There's a Matt Gabe autographed Ultra Hots card art. This is a patch from 23 Mustang. And these are embroidered. These are like really, really nice patches. And you can find them for a pretty good deal, because apparently I paid $25 for this one, which I didn't go to this convention. So getting this patch means a lot. But this one I did go to. There's your Supra from Atlanta in 24. And some of, and if you really like the patches and you want to start collecting them, be ready, because some of these get a little pricey. And in fact, just because we're talking about them, I mean, these two here, these ones are not super cheap ones. Datsun from 17, and this one, which is really not easy one to get. And I have to shout out to Miss Deb for this one. This is the Lombard in 19 Mason, the DeLorean dinner patch.
I don't have that, and I was there.
Yeah, but always get the patches. The pins, yes or no, you might want a pin, you might not want a pin. for me, when I go to these shows, I want everything I can get. I don't know. What else is there?
I think that's really about the most of it, I would say. And of course, as soon as we end everything, we'll find that we'll remember about like 5 or 6, 7, 8 other things
Yep.
because we always do.
But pay
You know,
attention to the pages too, and carry your phone.
yes, keep it charged. Keep the volume up. Generally, we're always told to keep the volume off. Keep it up because keep it turned up because you miss so much communication happens between on Facebook Messenger or text message. Phone calls are somewhat iffy. I think there's some RLCs that are still for sale because the 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 new Aston went on sale today.
New Aston? I don't even know what we're talking about.
It's an Elite 64.
Oh, oh, yes, and it is still for sale. I didn't get that one. I'll have to go up and get one. Yeah, you can still get the Audi, the Aston. Ooh, what is that? 13 days. I don't know what that is.
There's the new Aston Vulcan is getting ready to ship.
No. It says something. Show sneak peek. Stock up on popcorn. And get ready for this big
Oh,
event.
tomorrow. You mean Mattel's version of this?
Hold on. Mattel's version. Oh, is that what this is? Is that what that is?
Yeah, this is Mattel Creations toy show display show.
Fun.
It's
Simpsons
cool.
did it. Uh, I can't really think of anything. I want to rip some cars.
Rip some cars.
All right. Starting it off strong. 87 Chevy Caprice. Fast and Furious. Freaking love the Caprices. They're like G bodies to me. They're that era, that 80s GM. And when this thing rolled onto the movie screen, it was like, oh yeah, I hope they make that. And when they finally freaking made this car, it did not disappoint.
No,
I wish the windows weren't as smoked out so you could actually see inside of it. But metal body, metal base, you could whip this at your brother. Woo! Put him in a coma. That's a cool. And it rolls so nice.
well, since we were talking about conventions, I decided to go with this is not a Nationals car. This is from the 15th Annual Collectors Convention in Irvine, California. This is October of 2001, if I can read the small, tiny print. This is the Ronald McDonald's Charity House charity car for that year. So I decided to open this guy. Of course, back then they were baggy cars. They're not like how they are now.
Mm-hmm. So, in the cubes and stuff like that.
Yep. So we'll see if we can get this open. Otherwise, oh yeah, that was anticlimactic.
No, that was actually dramatic. You about threw that thing across the room. Ooh, yep, so yeah. Good
pretty
old
car.
School. Yep. And there's cool stuff like that you can, trust me, when you walk into any room, it doesn't matter if you're a Redline guy or a brand new, got to have the newest, latest, and greatest guy. You will see everything for the last 50, was this 55 we're going into, 25?
No.
56, I think.
56 or 57.
Okay, it's 56, 55 plus years of Hot Wheels. You will find it. And Poncho, it's like you almost know it's coming up or something, man. And I am a diecast collector at heart. I'm not just a Hot Wheel guy. I collect things I like. So we're going way off script. We have got a Racing Champions 1964 limited edition, release number 1, Lowrider Impala.
It's like as if you told him.
I don't know how. Maybe he saw something. I don't know. But I'm a big lowrider guy. And if this thing had adjustable suspension on it, it would have been so much cooler. But I don't care because they have always done an amazing job with the artwork on the decos on these.
That's cool.
And you've got your full blown engine, all your grill work. It's got the spokes on it. Look at the detail that they put into some of these. You know, they're just super cool. And yes, it does not have adjustable suspension on it, but it's still cool. I have, where is it? I believe this one, this is a greenlight. Got the Gypsy Rose, or their version of it. You know, I like cool stuff. It doesn't have to be in, oh God, that thing's cool. You know, the one I just opened perfectly rolls smooth. This sweet Gypsy Rose apparently has problems because it's hopping and skipping all over the place. You never know, but you can open them and play with them. They're super cool. Kent, what you got?
All right, so for my last car for the night, I have the 85 Audi Sport Quattro S1, I believe. That's a one. I'm old. My eyesight's not that great anymore. So this is what we're going to open up for me tonight. And then we got a couple of things we want to talk about before we end the show. A couple cool things that people are doing, and talk about our guest for next week.
Guest? What?
Yeah, our guest for next week. All right, there it is. There's the Audi. I've seen there were a few comments on it. There were some folks that didn't care for the headlights or the overall shape of it, and that's cool. Not every car is for everybody, but this is one that I was really, really looking forward to. So I'm glad that I have it in my collection here. So don't forget, tomorrow morning, if he does it, which I'm suspecting he will, Justin Patrick will have Free It Friday. And once he posts his, go ahead and just follow right on down with yours. If you want to do a video or if you just want to take a picture, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're just encouraging people to have fun and rip open a few cars while they're doing it.
If you want. There's no pressure to open. If you want to keep them carded, by all means. I have a lot of cardboard. I've got a lot of carded stuff. What you see behind me, I have carded stuff. I love carded cars. But they roll a lot easier out of the package. I will say that.
We know that one car.
So,
next week, let's talk about our guest for next week.
All right. Why don't you let us know who it is? Or are we keeping that under wraps for right now?
No, we can share that now.
All right.
So right now we have Brian Howe, who is from Fremont, is scheduled to be our guest tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next Thursday. He has been a member of Mid-States, I think, pretty much from the beginning. And I'm not sure if he was part of the original Hot Wheels Club as well. We'll probably ask him about that.
Yeah.
Brian's a super awesome guy. He is from the Blackwall era, and he likes to, he's very specific, and we'll get into that a little bit as well. Again, if you would like to be on the show, we are definitely looking for people. Just reach out to one of us, and we will work things to get you on. We'll ask some questions. We'll get your thoughts and opinions. And then we'll do some previews of some other things because we are about to hit the road again as well, I think.
Are we?
Yep. We've got 2 more weekends, and then we are back in New Prague, Minnesota. And then we're off a weekend, not because of our choosing. And then we'll be back down in Topeka. And then we've got our show and another Des Moines show. and then the Wahoo show, and then we're it until nationals again. So come support all these local shows. I mean, Vicky's got her show the same day as the Topeka show, same day as the Mason City show. So that's another killer weekend. That weekend, 3 shows that you can go to in the areas. Go take advantage of them. But next week, Brian Howe, we'll get that all posted up. Have questions for him. Love everybody's participation tonight. I'll thank you for that. And if you want to be on, or if you know somebody that wants to be on and they're just not sure how to get a hold of us, or you want to speak for them, we'll take it. So we do have some more things coming up. We just can't get to them all yet. But when we do, we'll let you know. All right. Nothing but peace, love, and applesauce to everybody. And we'll see you out in the aisles. Keep posting the awesome finds that you've been doing, and be nice to each other out there.
Happy hunting.
Bye-bye.
Good night.